Well, they sent the email, be festive, so here we are.
I think it is the season. You know, one year Kelly Elsing, she had Christmas carols come by and serenade us during the banquet, for crying out loud. But no Christmas carolers, but at least you dressed for the occasion, John.
Yep, Bushlight, sponsored by Budweiser in Sun Prairie. We'd also like to welcome one of the newest member to the Three Blind Mice, Christopher Clark. Come on out, Christopher.
Come on, Christopher.
John, Stacy.
You're supposed to wear a sweater.
Why you said dress festive?
You did. Maybe I didn't send the email.
I think we got to check our emails before we hit send, John.
You said rule number 1, don't embarrass yourself. Rule number 1, dress festive. It's a Christmas party, for crying out loud.
Yes, I did. Yes. Sorry about that.
Well, I'll be right back.
You better go change.
You know, he's the newest guy to the crew, John. So we got to train him in a little, as best we can.
Yeah, break him in smoothly, slowly. They say. Yeah.
I got to go easy on him. That's right.
Is he changing?
I don't know. If he changes, I hope he comes back better.
We can only hope. Boy, what a crowd here tonight, and we're all so proud and glad to be here with the Badger State Tractor Pullers and all you fans and sponsors and all the pullers here tonight. It's always great between the holidays to have this banquet, and so many people come out, and you don't recognize anybody without any fire suits on out here.
Yeah.
I told him to
Hey,
come.
Johnny.
Dance festive, and we're going to be here for the dance.
You said wear a suit, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what we're going to do about the new guy, John.
Well, as far as I know, I think he's kind of reserved.
Well, hold on here. You said there was a band this year, not a DJ.
There is a band, yes.
Disco band, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm good.
You are good. I would definitely say you're good.
And you know what? This is the future of the Badger State Tractor Pullers, folks.
Oh boy.
70s, baby. Little bling, Stacy.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna need that
Good.
later.
Yeah, I'd be jamming, man.
I don't think I'm quite doing. Maybe third time's a charm.
Yes.
I gotta get out of here.
The
Have you got-
sweater.
you
The
got
sweater.
He's worse than Reba.
I know it. Changing the whole night. Unbelievable. Sweater. Sweater.
Sweater, yeah. Get the memo. Check his email, for crying out loud.
Unbelievable.
What else we got going on here tonight, John?
Well, here tonight we got a great introduction coming in here, but we're going to bring up, after Christopher gets back in here, that's for sure. Adam Adrian, come on up. Look at he's dressed. He's dressed in the nines.
He's dressed civilized.
Yes.
Did somebody say Budweiser?
Yes.
Look at you guys are a team.
I'd say.
You're the
we all are.
You're the dynamic duo, for crying out loud.
So, Adam, you got a few things you'd like to tell the group here.
So I've got the results of the Board of Directors meeting today. The first thing we talked about was the new class, the Altered Farm. The board decided to table it for a year and see how things go. The first rule that will be added to the rule book is judges' decisions during the event are final. In order to appeal a tech official's off-track decision, the appealing member shall make a written request and deliver it to the competition director or class rep within 72 hours of the disqualification or prior to the next event. The appeal shall be evaluated as promptly as possible. The meeting must allow parties involved the opportunity to personally present their position or facts at the meeting. Only annual members have the right to appeal. There will be a $500 non-refundable appeal fee. The next rule is competition rule changes will be made at the fall annual meeting. All current members will be notified of competition rule changes on or before January 1st of the new pulling season. Competition rules will not be changed between January 1st and the annual fall meeting. Rules concerning safety can be changed or modified at any time during the pulling season by PPL or Badger State officials. The board also approved Pro Stock Diesel truck purse will be raised to $3,000. All 24.5 tires will be checked at 6 PSI with the wheel support suspended off the ground starting with the 2024 season. Light limited super stock will allow steel aftermarket axle housings. and fuel testing procedures will be documented. Greg and John Mears will work on clarification, and the club will be notified by January 1st, 2023. So 72 hours or the next event, whichever comes first. So if the next event's the next night, it has to be done by the next night.
There you go. Sounds clear as mud to me. Yeah, them boys, they'll get that all figured out. They got a pretty good handle on it. And now we're going to get going with the serious part of the program. Hope you enjoyed our intro. We try to come up with something a little different every year. And Christopher, you knocked it out of the park, buddy.
Well, thank you. Try to live up to your standards, Stacy. It's the bar's up there.
All right, the first item we're going to go over here tonight is something new for the Badger State Tractor Pullers. It was talked about, and it was started in 2019 here before the COVID, and it's the scholarship fund with the Badger State Tractor Pullers. So, Adam, if you'd like to come up here, please. So in the past few years, the Badger State Tractor Pullers Board of Directors have discussed starting a scholarship to pay it forward to the youth in a similar manner that is shown with the organization's commitment to American Family Children's Hospital. Something that is at the core of this organization is making things better for our youth, as they are the ones who will follow us. So many of us love the sport of truck and tractor pulling and would like to see it continue. Therefore, there's an importance to keep the future generations involved in the sport. This will be an annual $1,000 scholarship provided to a current high school senior or freshman enrolled in post-secondary education, with the recipient pursuing education in agricultural or science field. An additional requirement is that the applicant has a relationship with the Badger State Tractor Pullers organization. In this, our inaugural year, we received applicants that have ties with the track preparation, parent involvement, or one even being a competitor themselves. It is our honor to present this year's 2022 Badger State Tractor Pullers Scholarship to Cole Meyer. Congratulations, Cole. I'm sure you got a few words for all of us.
Sure. I guess within the next year and a half, I plan to obtain my Class A CDL, as well as attend Southwest Technical College for a degree in electric power distribution so I can become a lineman. And while I go to school at Fenmore, maybe the Fritz boys will give me a job.
The agricultural part. Good round of applause. Congratulations. Christopher.
It's been said before here, and I think it still stands true. You don't really know where you're going in the future without looking back at where you've been in the past. And at this time, I'd like to introduce and welcome to the stage Dennis Fry, one of the spokesmen for the Badger State Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Christopher. Just starting out, as far as the Badger State Hall of Fame, just a little bit of briefing. It started out in 2011. Besides myself, current committee members are Gary Scott, Bill Smith, and Jack Spots. The purpose is to recognize and to honor the past members, or past and present members that have left their mark and made a significant influence in BSTP and the sport of truck and tractor pulling over the years. Membership eligibility is for individuals that are currently not serving on the BST as a BSTP officer or board of directors. Currently, there are 45 members in the BSTP Hall of Fame, and tonight we're recognizing 2 new members. But before we do that, I'd like to first thank the Hall of Fame sponsors, Don and Jim Slama, Mike and Matt Castor, Dan Durst with Premier Co-op, and Josh Jacobs with Double J Power Sports. So if we could give them a round of applause for there. Lastly, I'd like to thank Gary Scott for his efforts over the years to establish the Hall of Fame, along with Bill Smith and Jack Spots for their efforts as well. With that being said, let's go to this year's Hall of Fame inductees. And our first Hall of Fame inductee comes from Cascade, Wisconsin. Started pulling in 1990, along with Brian Look and John Roberts with his IH-1066 named Madness. Started out as a 3x4 turbo class tractor with West Central Tractor Pullers. In 1996, they bought a 3.9 turbo from Dwayne Hook and entered into the BSTP Pro Stock class. In 2004, purchased the tractor outright from Brian Look. In 2006, he sold the Madness tractor to Mike Castor. In 2009, built the new component chassis Case IH Pro Stock tractor named Never Giving Up. Ran this tractor through 2021 season, and in the 2022 season, spent the season away from the track, building up a new Pro Stock tractor, which will debut in the 2023 season. Also during this time, he was the Badger State Vice President from 2002 to 2016, class representative from 2003 to 2016, and also a tech official for numerous years. Let us welcome Craig Ladwig as our next Badger State Tractor Pullers Hall of Fame member. Congratulations, Craig.
Boy, I don't feel like I'm old enough to be in the Hall of Fame. Don't let the hair fool you. You know, when I was a kid, some of you remember the Elkhorn NTPA tractor pull, and I used to go there with my dad and family and watch guys like Gary Brickmeyer come driving in, and just very humbling. Big guys cry. But, you know, it's cool because you watch your idols and then you pull with your idols. And maybe to some kid, I'm their idol. You know, it's, but, you know, Dirk, when he came up here and spoke, for those of you that remember 15 years ago, my son had cancer, and his family supported him. Unbelievable. And forever I will be indebted for that. And you know, the tractor, for those of you that don't know the Never Giving Up name, those are my hands on that tractor holding on to the cancer ribbon. And that's why we got back into it after we sold that Madness tractor. Bryce is here today, 22 years old, cancer-free, and there's just no other sport that I've ever been involved in. I've raced sprint cars. Those competitors are not like the competitors within tractor pulling, and for that I thank you guys. There's father figures in here. I have best friends in here. I have family in here. I get, you know, everything in here, and that's why I do it. Stupidest investment in the world. I mean, let's be honest. What's that? Good fun, yep, and until you take one down the track, you will never understand. But again, thank you very much. It's very humbling to be a part of a group of pullers that, you know, when we started in the early 90s, there was 50 people in this room at our banquet, and it's come a long way, and it's pretty prideful to be part of it. So thank you very much.
think Gary Scott, if you'd welcome you up to the stage for our next inductee.
Thank you. I did ask Craig the other yesterday, I think I saw him, if he remembers back in 2011 when we were setting up this Hall of Fame. We were in a room, and I think it was Greg's room on Friday night. And, you know, we were going through this all, and Craig said to me, he said, I suppose I can look forward to this in about 10 years. Well, it's been just about 10 years, but he doesn't remember that because he said he was drinking back then. He said he wouldn't remember it. But tonight, good evening. And if you remember last year, we had a inductee that due to an unfortunate situation and a death in the family happened to not be able to make the banquet and take part in all the things everybody else that our Hall of Fame people get to. And that was Steve Krademan. So Steve, would you come up here, please? I gave him this trophy, or the plaque, in the middle of the year when we had our selection committee. So we wanted to make sure that he brought it, and we had it to present it to him tonight. But Steve, as we go on further, we've got a lot of tie-ins with things. So thank you, Steve. Oh yeah, I asked him if he would want to say a few words.
I just have a couple things to say. We were talking about other presidents we're dealing with and how we got to where we were and whatnot. And I was, before we got to the point where it was ATPA and so on and so forth. So it goes a lot deeper. But anyway, we held on to it. And it's great. I'm humbled. Thank you very much.
Yeah, he's really right, because the 90s was not a good time for this organization. In the early 90s, I would have thought it was heading toward probably failure. I didn't think it would keep going into the 90s very far. But due to people like Steve and a number of people through those years, Steve was part of our next inductee, which is Lon Kramer. Lon was the secretary in '93, along with Steve as the president, Mike Castor, who's here tonight, as the vice president, and Larry Kennedy as the treasurer. Now, Lon came back again in '95 and '96 as vice president. He happened to be vice president in those times with Larry Wolf, and along with Al Johnson and our current president, Greg Elsing. That transition with those people, that brought Badger State from the organization that was about to fail to national recognition when they joined the American Tractor Pullers, the ATPA. Back in, I think that it was the late 90s that happened. So they're all part of that transition that saved Badger State from probably the downfall of being pretty much just another organization that disappeared. Now we need to get to a little of the history of Lon Kramer. He ran a repair shop in Sullivan, started pulling about the same time Badger State organized, in the mid-70s. He had a 2010 with a turbo running farm stock. Then he moved in '76 to a 4010. Had 18.4 tires on in the beginning, and then they later on put on 30.5s. Still pulling farm stock. In '85, he brought out a 60/30 running farm stock. But that was about the same time this organization adopted the pro stock class. Then he brought it with Badger State as a pro stock and competed into the middle 90s. And along came a couple of guys called Randy and Troy Bader from Carousel Farms and bought the tractor from him. Now that was what we know, or most of us know, as the first No Fear Deer. I don't know if there's much of that chassis left anymore, because most of the Carousel Farm tractors are all component now, but that was their first chassis tractor. So as we progress here with the lawn, a lot of us, I think, have thought about at different times, is there any life after tractor pulling? Lon is a perfect example, and his wife. They became scuba divers. Now that's kind of a different hobby than tractor pulling, but they've dove in just about every freshwater lake in the Midwest, all the Great Lakes, and even on a cruise to Fiji, dove in the ocean. With that, I'd like to welcome Lon Kramer into the our Hall of Fame. This is the first person we've inducted that has asked me, how long can I speak? And I said, well, I remember giving the mic when Larry Wolf was inducted, Larry and Lori, that he probably went on for about 15 minutes. But I told him he didn't have to be curtailed or anything, but he does have a few words to say.
Thanks, Gary, for the kind words. It was quite a surprise the day Gary gave me a call and let me know that I was selected to enter into the Hall of Fame. It was sort of difficult to remember back into the 80s and 90s. Wow. With Gary's help and a few calls to a few of my old puller buddies and a few pictures, my memory started to come around. You know, it takes a team to run any pulling venture. My Deer Crossing Express tractor and pulling with the Badger State tractor pullers was no different. I had many good people that helped me along the way. When I bought the 60/30 from Don Kraus, Mouse Kraus, if anybody knows him as that, I did not know that I was also purchasing my own research and development department. Don was my innovator. He was always bringing new ideas into the mix, and we would not have run as strong as we tried to without his input. Then there were people like my neighbor Dwayne Hunt, Punker. He was always around and going to the polls with us, helping out, and I'm just blessed that him and his wife could join us tonight. Thanks, Punker. My nephews, Bill, Mike, and Paul also helped along the way. And if people remember back in the day when we used to have to throw weights between classes, all the help was certainly welcome. Over my time pulling, my biggest supporters were my brother Lynn and his wife Barb. They could always be found around the 300-foot line, halfway up in the stands, and they would be cheering me on, videotaping, and keeping the pullers and their distances. We lost my brother Lynn in October of 2021 after a long battle with dementia. We miss him greatly. I thank my wife Lynn for her patience and letting me follow my ambitions in pulling. all the friendships. Wow. The whole Lemke family, and especially Bob, are right at the top of the list. Back in a day of pulling, I'd find myself gravitating to Bob's shop, and I can date myself a little bit here. Imagine Robbie Lemke on a John Deere pedal tractor with a imitation eliminator in back of it, striving to make a full pull. A long way from Lemke Motorsports today, for sure. So I thank the Badger State Tractor Pullers for this honor of the induction into their Hall of Fame. And I also congratulate them on being one of the premier tractor pulling organizations that they have become. If my contributions helped in any way, the pleasure was all mine. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lon. As I look back over the last 10, 12 years of doing this, I think we have a good group to take over. As Jack told me, I can't retire completely. I will be an advisor. I needed to stay in touch with Dennis this summer from induction to now to make sure we get every I tied and every T crossed. So I'm sure they will do a good job. I want to thank my wife for putting up with me for this for the last, well, I've been involved in pulling 52 years now. And thank you. I also want to thank the Badger State organization for allowing this to happen and letting me get this established. And I'm thankful for them. Thank you.
It's something that Gary mentioned on his 52 years being involved in pulling. I believe next year is going to mark the 49th year of the Badger State Tractor Pullers, I do believe, as we founded it in 1974. So we're coming up on the Big 5-0 in a couple of years ourselves, everybody. And all right, let's see. We're going to move on down the line here and get back on our program. We're only on page 2 of 10, Kelly. Sorry for your schedule's shot. We're going to get going here, and we're going to celebrate a great season, but it wouldn't be possible without all of our Badger State Tractor Puller sponsors, and we got them up on the board there. And if you're here, please stand and remain standing, and we'll hold applause till the end. But we want to thank the good folks at AC Agronomy, Baker Precision Planter Works, Budweiser, the Wisconsin distributors, and the Citgo folks of Saunders Oil Company.
Didion Milling, Dutton Welding and Millwright Services, Fair Valley Performance, and Fieldwell CBD.
Gallett's Grading, K&K, JD Specialties, and Lucas Oil.
And our longtime sponsors, McFarland's Implement, and also Middleton Machining and Midwest Concrete.
Moser and Associates Insurance, Pumps Tire, Premier Insurance Solutions, ProFab Machine.
Rex Seed Corn, Riverside Engine Performance, and Schultz Mortgage.
And also the good folks at Sloan Implement and Smith Custom Farming, State Line Insurance Services, and Sussex Machine Company. Big thanks to all of them folks. They're some of our great sponsors that make this all possible.
We also like to thank our special thanks to our platinum sponsors here that help us out, and a lot of them here year after year. So you as well, please rise for us, and we'll applaud all of them when we have them all standing. Hennessy Implement, Lemke Manufacturing, Nutrient Ag Solutions, Kwame Insurance, Ritchie Implement, and Schultz Mortgage Team. Let's hand it all of them. Thank you. Thanks to all of our sponsors here that help us out year after year, with all you guys to help make this possible here tonight as well. So with that, Badger State Tractor Puller has been affiliated with Lucas Oil Pro Pulling League since 2007. I'd love to bring up John Mears from Lucas Oil Pro Pulling League. John?
John, thank you. Yeah, I apologize to all your phones and your internet and your emails for the last couple of weeks. I know we've blown it up quite a bit. But with that being said, we're still moving forward. We talked about it earlier in the general meeting. Things just won't happen overnight sometimes, but bear with us and we'll grind away. But again, I know Craig said, there was 50 people in the room. What was it, the evergreen or the wintergreen? They used to keep the beer outside in the snowpack. How many people remember that? Yeah. I mean, I've been around here a while, and that was always a good time. But congratulations to all the champions. It's hard to win a championship at any level. I don't care where it's at. It takes good people that are on your team. It takes good people that are in the shops working on stuff. It's the people that are at home taking care of the farm or the business. Whatever it might be, everybody in this room's helped win championships. And then lastly, one of my words at our banquet was, we're not just friends in here. We're family. We're family, and that's great. I was telling Amy earlier, other than their family, I'd probably be the next person that was in line with Dirk because I know what he was going through. I had to watch my dad do the same thing. And I checked on him all the time. So again, we're not just friends, we're family in here. I love you, Dirk.
Thanks a lot, John. And things are going to they're going to look a little different next year, but it's not going to be that much different. Things are going to be just fine. Don't you worry about that. The 2022 season consisted of 24 events total. We had one 2-day event at Mackville. We had 2 rainouts, including Leaf River and Richland Center. And in 2022, we had 116 different pulling vehicles on the Badger State Circuit. That's insane. You think about that, that's mind-boggling. And drivers and members that we had in 2022, driving them 116 different pulling vehicles. We had 168 different people hop in the seat and take a wheel of one of these pulling vehicles. That is outstanding. I mean, those are big numbers, folks. Give them all a hand. They are something. And I think at the Greene County Fall Nationals, there was like 103 of them, 116 present. Mark Eastman always tells us how many crossed the scale. But moving on to the next part of things, John, you got your Wally Wiesman Sportsman of the Year.
The Wally Wiese Sportsman of the Year Award here, we have top 3 people receiving the votes. And this Sportsman of the Year Award was placed in Wally Wiese's name. For those of you that knew Wally Wiese, loved him. He was a perfect example of a great sportsman here at the Badger State Tractor Pullers and friends with all. And those that you didn't get to know him, boy, you missed out on a great man that we lost a few years ago. But the top 3 votes for this year, 2022 Wally Wiese Sportsmanship Award, the top 3 was Josh Dutton, Mike Loofborough, and Jason Vinny. And to be those 3 names on this means a lot amongst the people you pull with. And the winner of the Wally Wiese Sportsmanship Award for 2022, Josh Dutton. Someone that exemplifies a good Badger State member, a good competitor on the track, and is always got a smile on their face and happy to be here all the time, is definitely Josh Dutton. Congratulations.
Thanks. Thank you. I don't know what to say. Thank you.
Happy days.
Yeah, happy days. I just love it. You guys, I told you I got the Rookie of the Year award in 2019, and I told you back then I just love this whole family, and my wife will tell you I can't wait to go to a pull or go to Paulson's and have a party or whatever it is. I just like being around. I'm not much of a drinker, right? But I just like to be around everybody. You guys are good people. Thank you.
Congratulations, Josh Dutton.
Congratulations, Josh. That's a pretty heady award you got there, that's for sure. And we want to thank some more of the staff of the Badger State Tractor Pullers. You know, we put on 24 events this year, and it takes a lot of people to make these events happen. You as pullers, it's pretty seamless to you. You come in, you go to the trailer, you see Amy and Kelly up there, and you get entered up, and next thing you know, you hook your tractor, and things happen. You know, and it's because of 34 different people that put their time out to help these events happen on the Badger State Circuit, and we want to thank all of them here tonight.
And we're asking the staff, when your name is called, please stand, and we'll hold our applause until the end. Thank you to Angie Adrian, Stacy Butson, Bruce Dannenberg, Amy Drury, Dirk Drury.
And I mentioned Mark Eastman, our scale guy, earlier, Scott Eberhardt, Greg Elsing and Kelly Elsing, Derek Gilbertson and Pat Hack.
Rose Holder, Brandon Johnson, Christopher Clark, Jerry Johnson, Steve Johnsrud, Jim Lilburn, and Ron Linder.
Also Emily Matsky, Connor McGowan, Brandy Meyer, Dan Meyer, Kathy Meyer, and Brian Myers.
Tracy Paulson, Kurt Price, Brian Rowe, Danielle Schmidt, Jason Schultz, Gary Scott.
Jack Spots, John Strandley, Luke Van Andel, Lori Wolf, Ryan Zolik. Thank you to those folks right there.
Yeah,
Stacey.
give them all a big hand. These are the ones that make your pulls possible. You know, as a puller myself, when we run the mini rod circuit, we know what it takes to make pulls happen behind the scenes, and we see it event in and event out here at the Badger State Pullers. And it's a lot of stuff you guys don't see behind the scenes. Kelly will send out a text message to everybody that's supposed to work upcoming pull, and everybody responds, yep, be there, be there. There's a lot of stuff that goes on to make these pulls happen seamlessly as they do. I'd say week in and week out, but sometimes it's day in and day out during the week. But big thanks to all them folks. It really is a team, that's for sure. And moving along here, we got our next award that we want to give out here. It's the Promoter of the Year Award. And top three receiving votes this year were Pat Hack, Jack Spots, and Greg Elsing. And our winner for the Promoter of the Year Award is Greg Elsing. Greg, this has kind of become the Greg Elsing Award of the Year.
Well, it's just because I'm up here standing with you guys is what makes it work, right? You know, like you said, family, and it's very easy to get everything done for you guys, I feel. Some days it can be challenging. We've had them days, right? But other than that, it's an easy product to sell. Guys, you're selling these people in here, and don't let yourself short. You've got good people here.
Thanks a lot, Greg. And, yeah. You've been. I think you're on your 24th one-year term as president of, or 30th. Okay. Well, I've only been announcing for, so maybe that's why I'm losing track. Congratulations, Greg.
It goes by so fast.
Yeah, trust me. Yeah.
Round of applause, Greg Elsing.
And of course, you guys all know that Kelly actually runs the show. Greg just takes the credit.
Another key component of every pull is the sled, and that brings us to our favorite Sled of the Year award. And the top three in the votes were Josh Jacobs, Fritz Lupke, and Johnny Peterson. And the winner is Johnny Peterson. Now, Johnny Peterson is not here to accept the award this year, but hats off to Johnny, and it's always good for me as an announcer and us as an announcer when we see that red sled pull in, we know things are going to happen.
Yeah, that's something about the sleds too, you know. The sleds have been changing hands and stuff, and without sleds you don't have pulls. So it's an interesting dynamic, that's for sure.
One of the things that we did miss throughout too is kind of a little touch here for our dessert is everybody has a lottery ticket at your table. So make sure you open up that little envelope and do a little scratch off there. You may win $5 or $10, 100 million, you never know. So try your luck. So the 2022 points fund this year is $120,000. Most ever. So all the competitors here, when we call your name, only the champion comes forward, and the rest of you that are here, please stand for your class, and then the champions come up and see us here. Then when we're done, we'll have you go out in the hallway there and get a whole class picture once we're done. For each class, the pullers here will get you your placings all the way up through, and then, like we said, make sure we go out in the hallway after that. Stacy?
Well, we're going to start off with our first class of champions here tonight. We're going to start off with the two-wheel drive super modified trucks. We had 6 pullers gathering points here in 2022, and 6th place is going to be Ethan Frederick. 5th place goes to the new team of Dale and Chad Timmerman. 4th place, Kurt and Kyle Timmerman. Travis Hosley rolls home 3rd here in 2022. Scott Naring is runner-up in 2022. And our champion in the super modified two-wheel drive trucks for 2022, out of Baraboo, the old school Chevy, Willie Deppie. Willie, congratulations. I believe that we had this little conversation last year.
Did. Everybody was naked, remember? No, unfortunately my dad's not here to be with us tonight. He's under the weather. Sitting there thinking about what Craig said, sitting right at the table kind of by the door there. I don't know how many taps on the arm I've had, everybody walking in and out. When he said, it's all family. Sure as hell is, no doubt. Yeah, I'm blessed to be part of it. It's truly, truly, and I couldn't afford to do it obviously myself, but yeah, my grandpa did it forever. My dad, now I'm driving. It's super, super cool. I mean, got Scott Nearing in the corner over there. We lost our shop where we kept our rigs, so now they're over at Scott's shop, and I'm pretty fortunate. Adam and Scott pretty much do all the maintenance. All I got to do is suck air and drive it. So, but no, it's a blast, and hopefully we don't go nowhere. Right? What else do I got to say?
That's pretty good.
Is that good?
Yeah, you don't.
I could have bumbled and fumbled around like Joe Biden and said like I got hairy legs or something. But I don't want to bore you with that. She was 30, I was 12. Oh, never mind.
Well, Willie, congratulations. And I remember Willie coming up at the Greene County Fall Nationals, grabbing the mic, and I think he'd been back at the trailer for a while, and he grabbed the mic from me, and he starts yelling, "And it's a new leader!" I remember that quite well, Willie. And talk about family. 3rd generation there, folks. That is family.
Our next class has been quite the class here that's grown with the Badger State Tractor Pullers, are pro stock diesel trucks. And this class here, last few years, have went leaps and bounds in not only the horsepower department, but the change the double cut tires, and then the whole chassis revamped with these tires, and everything they've done, they've amped up and stepped up further and further, and it's a fun class to watch, and the fans really love this class as well. But Pro Stock Diesel Trucks, 12th this year going to be Cole Faber. 11th going to be Ben Schimpf. 10th, Trent and Travis Van Huysen. 9th going to Jake Thompson. 8th, Chris Lemke and Joe Wiltsey. 7th to Jamie Lars. 6th to Greg Strandley. 5th, Ryan Funk. 4th, Josh and Dave Stahl. 3rd place, Jared Ripp. 2nd place this year going to be John Holder. And your points champion for 2022, Corey Funk, the Funk and Groovin' truck. credit's due, the Funks come with 2 trucks this year, and I told Kelly if you get
up here. I like it. And Scott, it was a battle of the Pro Farm, and it was at the Greene County Fall Nationals. Boy, you had the announcers going round and round at the. It was kind of end of the night. It was going into the dark. It was getting cold, getting rainy, getting wet, and you pulled off the big championship pass there in Maroa. That had to feel good.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to win that. I guess I got kind of lucky, but I guess it's not done till it's done. I just was hoping my goal was to win that pole, but yeah, it was, you know, we got good competition and love all the people I pull with.
And who do you got to help thank that helped you get to this championship spot here tonight? You got a list. Well, I'll get it unfolded here, and I'll get that mic back to you.
All right, I want to thank some people here. Kevin Engelken, Art Stiesel, Mark Kohlberg, Robbie Lemke, Jeff Suits, Darren Roosh, Mark Korth, Mark Hawthorne, and all my friends that come support me at all the polls. I want to thank the Badger State crew. Got the whole crew, and they're awesome. They do a great job, put a lot of time in. I want to thank Brandon Langhoff, Dave Maxey, Jerry Sasha, Don and Jason Vinny, Kathy Meyer for all the time she puts in for all the stuff, Jen Dietmeyer and Katrina Nelson for supporting us in all the polls. My kids, Morgan and Brennan, especially, I want to thank Matt Angel, who's always been there for me, and my nephew, Nick Cunningham. They've been there for me the whole time, from the start to the end, and I really appreciate them. I probably don't tell them enough, but I appreciate them so much. And I want to thank my late wife, who's up there looking down. Thank you.
Congratulations, Scooter. Next class that we're going to run down through here is the light limited super stocks. And Hawthorne's pretty much took the year off this year, so that kind of threw it wide open after their dominating year last year. We had 12 tractors collect points in the light limited super stock class. Rolling home 12th was David Bear. Josh Wackholz was 11th. 10th place went to the Scott Ring, Jim Harvey team. And the Zenz brothers, they come in 9th and 8th. Steve Zenz 8th. Ed Casper finishes in 7th, and Carl and David Mickelson finish in 6th. The top 5 go like this. John Anderson in 5th. 4th place, the Gene Werda, Rod Wickman crew. 3rd place, David Runkle. And runner-up this year is past champion Aaron Kleckler. And our winner this year out of Sauk City under New Holland, Mark Wittenbach. Mark, congratulations. A fairly dominant year. I think you led it from wire to wire, did you not, or pretty close?
Well, we had a big lead. We kind of gave it up. That's our plan. Not really. But, yeah, I mean, we started out real well. In the middle, we had some issues. Finished up good. So it was a good year. I mean, a lot of tractors in the class. You know, the alcohol burners are coming up, and, you know, it was very competitive. Good class. A lot of tractors. So, yeah.
Yeah, that strategy of getting a big lead and then giving it up, that worked out really well for you.
Well, not necessarily. We didn't plan on doing that. But I remember you saying to me at Oshkosh, well, you got a pretty dominant lead. I'm like, don't say that. And we started to fall off after that, but we recovered. We were okay.
You got her done. This isn't your first point champion either. Anybody you want to thank that helped you got you there?
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. There's 3 guys sitting over the table right there. Tom McFarland, first of all. That guy is stuck by my side from day one. I mean, honest God, guys, day one. He will always have a special place. Eric Johnson, you guys all know him. Dave Clapper. I mean, the 3 of us, I mean, when you go through tough times, you understand who your friends are. And those are 3 of them. 3 big-time friends. I mean, McFarland's have supported me forever. I mean, my parents are sitting back there, too, and it's awesome. It's awesome to have all of them here.
Congratulations, Mark. Great year.
I got a couple more people to thank. Randy Bruce helped me out a lot throughout the years, too. He really has. Anyway, I don't know if you guys know Steve Walter, but he helped me out too. And Hart Stiesel, Prairie Performance, Brian Scott of Prairie Performance, one of the top-notch guys. He does a great job. So, anyway, thank you all.
Congratulations again, Mark. And as you can tell from that little speech, it takes quite a crew to field a championship pulling operation. It takes quite a crew to field any pulling operation. That I know from our experiences with the mini modifieds. You don't do it alone, that's for sure.
And our next class, talk about a lot of crews. There's a lot of crews in this next class. Our next champion to get crowned comes from the 466 Hot Farm class. 18 tractors in the points battle this season. 18th place, Matt Ryder. 17th, Mike Tracy Paulson. 16th, Josh Stinneman. 15th, Jacob Jeff Dutton. 14th, Swanson Miles Leahy. 13th, Brandon Bodenstein, Dave Gates. 12th, Josh Railing, Jeb Scott. 11th, David Baker. 10th, Dominic Holgraver. 9th, Ben Hayen, Pat Holmes. 8th, Lane Cole Meyer. 7th, Doug Lufborough. 6th, Vern Meinholtz. In the top 5, number 5, Adam Adrian. Number 4, Lee and Dick Ruff. Number 3 this season, Dan Zahner. Second place, Mike Meyer, Steve Worth. And your class champion, the Just Fueling Around from Milton, Michael Doug Warren Loofborough. Welcome, Michael, to the stage. Well, Mike, congratulations on another great season with the tractor, and of course, like we talked about, and a lot of tractors in the class. Once again, like always, we know the competition's tough. It's a good class. It's a fan favorite class, and you're back up here on stage as the class champion in 2022. It's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, it feels real good. Competitive class. I think we had 14 hooks this year, just like 7 different winners. Every guy's great in that class, good family. I'd like to tell a little bit of a story. I think all of you are aware this is how good that class is. The Scots let Mark Eastman drive their tractor this year. I never knew it. It was the first time he's ever drove a pulling tractor. And he come out and kicked almost everybody one of our butts, took second place. So congratulations, Mark. Welcome to the Hot Farm family. A few people I'd like to thank. Wrote it down so I didn't forget. Keep talking about family and team. My team is my family. I got my dad back there, my Uncle Neil, my Uncle Leroy, and then my cousin Doug. He didn't make it to any pulls this year, but he still helps us out back at home. Kevin Engelking and Engelking Dyno. Mr. Larry Kennedy, K3 Tire, Mark Korf, Hartz Diesel, K&K Specialties, the Wildmans, and Luke. And not last, but the last person is Mr. John Meyer Jr. with Meyer Performance. I definitely wouldn't be standing up here today without Meyer Performance. And then I'd also like to congratulate thank all the sponsors, track officials, and all the ladies that give us those lucky numbers, especially Angie. I think she gave me the luckiest numbers this year, so thanks, Angie.
How about another hand? Congratulations.
I think she said not next year. She might have. Congratulations, Mike Loofborough. One of our great awards that we hand out here is the Dan Hannes Award. And the Dan Hannes Award is a special one. Dan pulled with the Badger State Tractor Pullers in the farm class, and for only 2 seasons before he was tragically killed in a fall hunting accident in 1984. Because he enjoyed tractor pulling, and especially with the people here at the Badger State Tractor Pullers, his parents wanted to memorialize him, and by doing that, they put out an annual award to memorialize Dan, and it's a traveling trophy that travels year after year. It was determined that the award should go to the puller in the super farm class, and it should go to the person who exemplifies sportsmanship with his or her fellow competitors. The trophy was first awarded in 1985 with the Badger State Tractor Pullers. The Dan Hannes Super Farm Award, the top 3 votes this year were Trip Downing, Carl Kahn, and Jason Vinny. 2022 Dan Hannes Super Farm Award goes to Trip Downing. Oh, it's Chip. Chip.
Didn't you learn that last year?
Boy, they're never going to let that one go, are they? I wasn't even going to bring it up. Well, this is quite an award, so your fellow competitors voted on this for you, so this says a lot about you with the people that you pull with week in and week out. So congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I guess I didn't even expect to get anything, so I don't really know why I'm standing up here. So, yeah, thank you for everybody. Thank you to Badger State Tractor Pullers for letting us be involved with all of this, and thanks for the nickname, Greg.
Well, it's close. Thanks, Trip. Let's give him a round of applause. Dan Hannes winner, Trip Downing. With that, we'll move on to the Super Farm class for 2022. In 13th, going to be Todd Nearing. 12th, going to Dan Vinny. 11th, to Chuck Ginterberg. 10th, Nick Score, Justin Johnson, and Sean Boyd. 9th, going to Johnny Dalkey. 8th, Brian and Jen Barman. 7th, going to David and Jay Smithback. 6th, Jeff, Doug Griswold, and Carl Kahn. 5th place, Mike and Tanner Jelly. 4th, going to Trip Downing, Josh Francine, and Paul Ludy. 3rd place, to Mitch Berg. Your runners-up this year, Casey and Corey Fritz. Your winner of the Super Farm class for 2022, the Vinnies, Jason and Don Vinny, all cranked up. Congratulations, Jason. You go from last year running the Lucas Oil Circuit, a second in the points on the national circuit. You come home and run with Badger State all season long. And all year you had a great season. Seemed like the tractor stayed together. Every hook you're right there when the dust settled. I think you had, 9 wins, somewhere around there, I think, in the class throughout the year. Not totally exact on that number, but what a season. A great season you got to be proud of.
I'm very proud of this season. It's been a long time coming. I've spent 14 years digging to get back to where I am right now tonight, and it feels really good to be up here again tonight. And I've spent a lot of time in a bridesmaid's dress, and it's good to be up here again finally. I gotta thank my family that they've supported this all along since we got into Badger State in 2006, and it's been a ride. I mean, like everybody said earlier in the night, that we started out with 50 people in the room, and now look at it again tonight. And everybody in this room, it's great for everybody. It's been a lot of fun this year, and I don't know what else to say. It's great to be up here.
Any special thanks to those that either help behind the scenes on the side or help out with the tractor in general?
Well, first of all, I got to thank the competitors in our class. There's nobody else that I'd rather compete against in our class than the boys that I ran against all summer. It was a lot of fun for you guys to welcome me back home, you might say. And my father-in-law, and he's been there with me since we started pulling, basically, when we got into Super Farm, and it's been a lot of fun to have him there. And Kevin Engelking, I don't know where you're even sitting, but ever since we got into Pro Farm, you've been helping us all along, and it's good to hear you say, you're good. Robbie Lemke and Trey Schradel over at Lemke Motorsports, they built one of our first motors out of Bob's garage, and we had that in Dan's tractor for many, many years. And it's a great accomplishment to be and stick with the guys that you've been with, and it's a big thanks for them.
Well, congratulations on the 2022 season. Jason Vinny, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Jason, down at Freeport at Stevens County Fair, he won that pull down there, and that was a Champions Tour hook, and I think we had like 24 in the class. And he come up on the stage, and he was almost incredulous that he won. He goes, well, I can't believe I won this. And he never really looked back after that.
Was it a leaf blower or a weed eater?
Leaf blowers.
Yeah, new leaf blower to help out.
Our next class to crown the champion is the 540 Light Pro Stock class. And when you talk about a fan favorite class, each and every night and every weekend, it's the Light Pro Stocks are what a lot of folks love to come see at the Badger State Tractor Pullers events. Congratulations to these 6 competitors. 6th place this season, Doug and Colin Burkholtz. 5th place, Alan Kyle Paulson. 4th place, Matt Castor. 3rd, Steph Favenville. 2nd place, Andy Cartwright. And your champion of the 2022 season in the light pro stock, the never satisfied Mark Cartwright. Mark, we welcome you up here to the stage with Andy because it's not very often in the Badger State Tractor Pullers Association over the years that you have a team go 1 and 2 in the points. That it's got to happen not that many times, and we have that here in this class. And it was a great season, and it was fun to watch, and it was great for me to announce you, Mark, at the Greene County Fall Nationals after that event at sealing up the championship with Never Satisfied. Mark, it was a heck of a season, and I got to ask the kind of the spoiler question that you might give off here, but I think I can ask it. I think this is your first championship up here in the light pros, but is it your first championship in a while?
This is the first championship for me in Badger State since I've been involved ever. Andy won a couple years ago in 540.
But first championship for Mark Cartwright fans. How about a hand for that right there?
I'd like to send out a special thank you to my wife Sherry, Andy, my son Josh Ninneman, those 3, and we've got to include Andy's wife Leanne for allowing us to get away to pull. And all the people in Badger State are just phenomenal, as well as the people in our class. We have the bickery every week and who's going to beat who and try and play mind games. But you know what? At the end of the day, we all go home laughing. And that's a big part of it. And we all got issues. I got some issues. I'm glad to be here. Glad I made it through this year. Hope to be back next year. It's your turn, Andy.
I'd like to say that I'm very proud of my father to be in the #1 position. Earlier this summer, or before spring, I remember a day sitting at my dad's desk, and he was on the other side, and he says, "Kid, I'm never going to win a points champion. Let's face it. I'm not as good as driver as you are, and I'm just not going to do it." And I says, "Dad, put your mind to it." And that was shortly after the news that we received of his health with some cancer that he's been fighting. So I'm very proud of him. He put his mind to it, and he got this done, and he's here, and I'm enjoying every minute that I can spend with my family.
To sum it up quickly, we got to Baraboo for the benefit hook. Our first hook was rained out. We pulled in, we got soaked. Greg was walking around. I said, "We're going to pull." Greg says, "We're pulling tonight." I just stood there and looked at Greg and got almost down and going to say, "Greg, are you serious?" "We got some things up our sleeves," he said. And they went to town, we pulled. That was the first time I ever reached 379 feet with the tractor. It's like putting a parachute out almost. And I got to contribute that to Fair Valley, Bob Nichols Tires, and that I myself overcome the fear of the tractor. And me and the tractor had a great summer. Hope to see you all next year.
Thank you.
That, folks, is Pullen family. Give them a big hand.
That's a hard one to follow, that cancer word. The Hard Luck Award, the only award you can purchase here at the Badger State Tractor Pullers. Cut a check, it's yours. You have it, you own it. It is a tough award. It's a tough one to get. It's a tough one to receive. Not an easy one. And you don't want to be nominated for it, you know, so what are you going to do? But the Hard Luck Award this year, there's a few that are in the running for this one, that's for sure. So the top teams receiving votes for the 2022 Hard Luck Award with Badger State: Mike and Tanner Jelly in Son of a Hitch, and that's another one we never screwed up all year. Dustin Hook in Playing Hooky with the Pro Stock. And Al and Kyle Paulson with the Deer Addiction team in the 540 Light Pro. So the winner that wrote the check this year, Dustin Hook. I was at the pull. He wasn't even there, so I kind of knew before he did, and everybody else did. It was a tough year, but hey, your tractor won that night. I just want to remind you of that it won in this tough pro stock class, and it sounded good. It was hooked and it was rolling, and I don't think there's anything anybody could have done at the end of that run, and it was tough for the rest of us, kind of figuring that we wouldn't see it back this year, but we hope to see you back next year.
Yeah, I don't know if I should laugh or cry right now, but and I guess they say you have to take the good times with the bad, and had a lot of good years with pro stock class with points champions and all that. So, I guess the bad part, it's actually not bad because the family and being involved in the sport is awesome. So glad to be back out pro stock class, and I'm definitely gonna give her another shot next year, and hopefully cross our fingers and it's a little bit better.
Well, great. And also, I just want to let you know that we had a little trouble in shipping, so the cooler you got is dented all to hell.
And that's no lie.
It'll still keep your beer cold, though. Yeah, hell of a deal. Congratulations, Dustin Hook.
Looks a lot like the sheet metal on the inside.
I just figured I'd tell him before he went back there. It's dented all hell. Yeah.
Can't make that up. Our next class here tonight is the 4.1 Limited Pro Stock Tractor class of the Badger State Tractor Pullers, and 19 tractors in the points running this season. 19th, Chris Colin Casey Lear. 18th, Adam Stevens. 17th, Chris Charlie Ashleman. 16th, Chris Colin Casey Lear. 15th, Anna Linehan. 14th, Brent Lennenrud. 13th, Aaron Geitzel. 12th, Scott Olson. 11th, Kevin and Justin Engelking. 10th, John Meyer Jr. 9th, Tony McDonald. 8th, Jared Fredericks. 7th, Josh Dutton. 6th, Avery Macing Elsing. 5th, in the top 5, John Coots. Number 4, Alex Hazard, Jordan Ray Heron. Number 3, Kathy Gallitz, Al Wright. Second place this season, your runner-up, Gerald Michael Gerlach and Corey Neff on the G-Force. And your class champion for 2022 in the Limited Pro Stock class, Tom and Nick Gallitz running in the red. What a season it was, and at one point your tractors were also 1 and 2 in the points from the team tractors, and having 2 classes with that opportunity was was quite entertaining to watch, not only as a fan but as an announcer as well. And ended up with a great season with both tractors, and it was a great summer. It started off with a kind of an all-star event, and it was a great summer for you. No, it had to be a whole lot of fun driving. How was it this summer?
It was a lot of fun here this year. The competition was tough all year. There was no destined winner at every pull. It was a challenge. We had to work for it. And Gerlachs, they were tough all year, and we were fighting everybody off here. It was just, we were lucky. It was fun.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. When the fan comes to see the limited pro stocks, they expect to see a battle each and every night and every weekend, and it was just that again this year. Tom, what do you have to say about this season?
About the same thing as Nick. We did have a lot of fun. We just barely made it through with the engine, and we had some luck this year.
Now, who do you two both like to thank for the 2022 championship season?
We got to thank the Badger State sponsors. Without them, we wouldn't have a place to pull, and the staff for coming to every pull and helping. And personally, we got to thank Fair Valley, Hartz Diesel, Lemke, Engel King, Bob Nichols, everybody at home, Mom, Heather, Avery. And we can't forget Al. He wasn't able to come this weekend, but it's a family sport, and we're thankful we can all do it.
Tom, anybody to add to that?
Well, I would like to know if anybody would like to see Heather drive the tractor someday.
Anybody? I think, did she raise her hand?
I don't think she raised her hand, but I think she needs a little
encouragement.
Yeah,
encouragement.
She told me she needed bumpers on the track, like
a bowling alley track.
If you wanted to see some excitement, I think that would be some excitement.
Yeah, looking forward to that, and you're looking forward to some winter pulling as well. So this is kind of just you can enjoy this season, and it's right back to work for the team, right?
Well, we got a motor out of one right now, and we got to work on them for Shipshawana, and we're waiting on our Louisville letter yet. So hopefully we can pull down on the big show.
I hope so too. Well, congratulations, you guys, on a great season again this year.
And congratulations to the Galluses. I remember when Tom first started showing up the polls, and he had Nick with him. And Nick, he's this little shaver, about 3.5 foot tall, and he'd come up to the announcer stand, and he was an encyclopedia of who won, where, and did what and how. He was just a wealth of information. And look at him now, champion. We lost a puller this last summer in our 4.1 limited class, and it's with heavy hearts we do want to remember Mike Linehan. The John Deere team lost Mike, and that's part of pulling. You come and you go, and we do want to remember him here tonight. Our next class of champions that we got here is our 10,000-pound pro stocks. And I'll tell you what, we got 16 tractors that got points this year. And you talk about a class that the price of admission has gone up exponentially here the last couple years. It is the 10,000 Pro Stock class. And I ain't kidding you, the Badger State Pro Stock class at any given event will rival a national event on any circuit anywhere in the country. 16 tractors getting points this year. Mike Everson, 16th. 15th is the Travis and Kurt and Craig Weilman. 15th, Robbie and Esden Lemke. 13th, Randy Baru. 12th place, Jason Round. John Link, 11th. Jason Round with another one of his tractors. Dustin Hook with the Play and Hooky finishes 9th. And the Molidors come home 8th this year. And Travis and Kurt and Craig Weilman finish in 7th with their Die-Hard Deere tractor. And Jason Round finishes in 6th with the Bootlegger. And the Brinkmeyers roll home in 5th place this year. Greg Elsing with the Tomcat finishes 4th. And our top 3 go like this. Randy Baru is going to finish in 3rd. And last year's champion is going to be runner-up this year. Brandon and Ryan Coates with Fuel in the Fire. And your champion for 2022 out of Lena, Illinois, running the Stampede, Blaine Stam. Blaine, congratulations. You won the championship when I would say the class was, it's always been a tough class, but boy, this year it was really tough.
Yeah, this year it was definitely a very big challenge. We had to sit the last 2 years out. We had COVID the year before that. Last year we were doing some major engine changes, and everybody followed suit with me changing engines. So, yeah, there's a lot of good changes, coming, and I'm just so grateful to be standing here. It's an accomplishment. It's a lot of work. Anybody in this room that's got a tractor knows what it's like. So.
Yeah, and your season was based on a lot of consistency, fishing in the top 3 a lot.
Yeah, it was kind of hard saying that you won the season and never won a pull, but to keep one of these things together and keep consistent, and we were there every time, and we just kept working and working and working, and Randy Baru kind of got me a couple times when I should have been there, but we won't talk about that. But you know, it's tractor pulling, and it's a good time.
Anybody want to thank for your big championship year? Oh, we got a little list here. Here you go.
Yeah, I gotta get my list out. I'd like to thank my dad, Jeff Stam. He's always there helping us on the track. Justin Niesmeyer, he's there down the shop before I can get there a lot of times. With me being gone and that, he's a big part of this whole too. Nick Cunningham, we couldn't get that engine in the tractor without Nick, so hats off to Nick for getting there to fit. Lemke Machine, they build one heck of a power plant. I got nothing bad to say. Troy, Robbie, they're great to work with. Weimer Fuel and Air, Chad Mayhill for the tires, and the rest of it's luck. So.
Congratulations, Blaine. And your tractor is a work of art, too. A beautiful tractor. Congratulations. Pro Stock champion, Blaine Stam.
Let all you points champions know as well, the posters hanging on the wall over here is your poster to take with you also tonight. And when you're done, see Kelly. Kelly has jackets for you as well to get a hold of, so make sure you see Kelly. So your posters and your jackets. So let's give a round of applause for all the points champions for 2022. Well, every year we get some new blood in here to run with us, and they're just as excited as the ones that have been here a long time to see new competitors come and help them out and have a lot of fun pulling with them. There's 3 here this year for the Badger State Tractor Pullers Rookie of the Year Award. The 3 that were nominated here for the Rookie of the Year were Steph Fableville with the 540 Light Pro, Esden Lemke with the Pro Stock, and Lane Meyer with the 466 Hot Farm. And the winner, the Rookie of the Year, Badger State Tractor Pullers 2022, the 466 Express, Lane Meyer. Lane, congratulations. Your whole family that comes, and they all work hard on that tractor. And your brother drove it for a year, you drove it for this year here, and you're filling some pretty big shoes. I know Grandpa'd be proud.
Thank you. This sport is such an important part of my life. When I was 4 days old, I was at my first tractor pull, and since then, I've met so many great people and learned so much. This organization is the best in the country. I'm so fortunate to spend my summer with the best people while enjoying this sport. The 466 Hot Farm class is filled with 15 to 20 of the best running tractors in the country every single night. And I tell you what, they're hard to beat. But at the end of the day, win or lose, this class is filled with the greatest competitors. These pullers have been there for us, from helping fix the tractors to cheering me on during my football season. I am incredibly lucky. I also have many people to thank for making this rookie season possible. First, my grandpa. Without him, we wouldn't be able to do any of this. I wish he was here to see what Cole and I have accomplished with this tractor. I would also like to thank my grandma for giving me the opportunity to keep his tractor on the track. Mom and Dad for allowing us to do what we do. Hank, Amy, Mike, Brandy, and Steve for helping me get the tractor to the track. And a special thank you to my brother Cole for helping me set up the tractor and retracts throughout the season. One final thank you to BSTP and our amazing pulling family. I can't ask for better people to grow up with. Thank you.
Congratulations. Give me a hug. You did it. You did it. I'd just like you folks to know, too, that they were state champions in football, Monroe. Been a tough year, so congrats, Mr. Meyer.
Yeah. Again, we talk about family. Third generation, driving Grandpa's tractor. That's awesome stuff. Moving on, we got our driver of the year, also known as puller of the year on a mini rod circuit anyway, but our driver of the year for 2022, our top three receiving votes, I should say. Tom Gallus, the running in the red. Mike Loofborough with just fueling around. And Blaine Stam on the Stampede, all receiving votes for driver of the year. And our winner for driver of the year for 2022 is Mike Loofborough, just fueling around. He backs up a point championship with a Puller of the Year award. Boy, this is a pretty good night for the Loofboroughs.
Should have Warren come up here. I think he had a few things to say. You think so too? Congratulations.
Congratulations, Puller of the Year.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. Gallitz has had a really good season this year. Vinny's, I don't know how many wins they had. This is unexpected. With the hot farm class, like I say, it's tough running tractors in that class. I'm just thankful to be part of it.
Yeah, you backed up a point championship with Puller of the Year. That's a pretty good night.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep, congratulations, Mike Loofborough. Puller of the Year!
Our next award, Favorite Poll of the Year. The top three events receiving votes this year for 2022 Favorite Poll of the Year were American Family Children's Hospital Benefit Event in Baraboo, the Jefferson County Fair in Jefferson, and the Lafayette County Fair in Darlington. And the 2022 Favorite Poll of the Year award goes to the Lafayette County Fair in Darlington.
And I think they set a record for beer sales at the Lafayette County Fair too, don't they?
I would not doubt that one bit, because as the announcer, I know by about 1 hour in, I don't have a lot of ears listening to me, and it gets less and less by the end of the night.
I seen the video of people leaving the beer tent that was on Facebook there. What kind of animal they were flopping across the ground?
Exactly. It's a well-attended event by the pullers, by the fans, and by the staff that helps put on the Lafayette County poll. And there's a lot of hands involved in that poll, and it's a great poll. I'm honored to announce that for the last several years, and it's a great time and great competition, a great track. All that goes into winning the poll of the year.
Thank you very much. It's been a few years since we've been up here, and it's a great honor to be back up here. I just want to thank all the sponsors that help us at the Lafayette County Fair, and I really want to thank Lee and our younger guys that have really stepped up to the plate to keep it going as good as it's been. So, thank you.
I was going to try, too, to say, yeah, come on back up further. Got two more things, a plaque and a speech. So Lee, they are calling for at least a thank you.
We do thank everybody for the votes and everybody for coming out. Like everybody said earlier, without you guys, none of this would be possible. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys. What a great group of awards that we've been handing out tonight, John and Stacy. Boy, what really shows that the great things in 2022 and great things expected in 2023.
Moving on here, our fundraising efforts, and I'll need Greg Elsing's help up here for sure, and also I'm going to need Lori's help up here as well here as we get going here. But we moved the poll here for the Badger State Tractor Pullers for 2022, and all the members decided several years ago to raise the money for annual donation to American Family Children's Hospital, and year after year it's just amazing to see what we have done. And in June 11th, 2022 poll here, it was moved to Sauk County Fairgrounds in 2021, and it was such a great event, and a great event this year. Mother Nature rained on us a bit, but they worked at it very hard, as you've heard Mark and them talk, and what a poll we had there, and the crowd showed up part ways into just getting going, and it was a great event. We'd like to ask the Sauk County Fair Board to please stand. We'd like to thank them very much. They host us and work great with us. So where are they at here? You guys here? Thank you very much. The competition there with all 9 Badger State classes and running 2 tracks in one facility is just amazing. And the track stayed together all night long for a good even competition. Special thanks for that night helping out the Baraboo Bluff ATV Club. Worked busy concessions all night long, so if you're here, please stand. Baraboo ATV Club, thank you very much. All the competitors that were there, the pit crews, the staff members that helped out, the BSTP family members. So many people of you support this event year after year, and it's just amazing. Exceptional fundraising for everything from the raffle tickets all the way down through the selling paddles. We could keep rolling, but the food sales, the Calcutta bids, are just, I think it was a record year for Calcutta bids again. Is just amazing. The T-shirts that sold, we can't thank you enough. And none of this would be possible without you and your talents, equipment, and time. So a round of applause for everybody here. Thank you.
Yeah, and John, don't forget that place was a mud hole a half hour before the poll was supposed to start. And if it wasn't for the perseverance of a lot of people, not only did that poll get done, but it got done very, very well.
Very well, yes, indeed. So, a thank you to your dedicated support to all the sponsors here for the American Family Children's Hospital Benefit Poll. With your help and contributions, our organization has been able to donate over $500,000 to American Family Children's Hospital. This support assists the hospital in providing world-class care to patients while keeping the kids and their families as comfortable as possible. We would like to extend this thank you in lieu of the plaques. We have thank you here for all the sponsors that have come up and that helped out in previous years and maximized their donation amount. We truly couldn't make this impact without you. So Greg and Lori here have all the cards for that. A special thanks to event sponsors, and if you could come forward, please. The bronze sponsors are Central Ag Supply, Lawns Unlimited, Lucas Oil Pro Pulling League, Premier Pest Elimination, Pulling Tractor Models, Scenic Bluff Equipment, Smith Custom Farming, Wollersheim Winery. Please all come forward. Let's give them a round of applause. Silver sponsors, Fair Valley Performance, GEA Farm Technologies, Hartung Brothers, K&K John Deere Specialties, Prairie Performance, Premier Insurance Solutions, Schultz Interstate Ag. Let's give them all a round of applause as well. One of the big ones that's helped year after year, our gold sponsor for the benefit poll, Middleton Machining. Let's give them a round of applause. all great supporters and all you folks that are here tonight and all the sponsors with Badger State that back us year after year as well and that come out to that event. And it's something that I think are all near and dear to our heart that help with this fundraising efforts year after year. So a round of applause, everybody here, for a job well done again this year. Well, without further ado, I'd like to welcome Lori Schultz from the American Family Children's Hospital to come up front here with me. Lori.
Hi, John. How are you?
You want me to hold it back here for you?
Well, I have been told I shout. Who told me that? Oh, yeah, Christopher. Thank you. Not true. 1.5. It's all lies. It's all lies. Okay, now let's get serious. We're here for the children. Yes. Oh, stop it. So I just want to say hi and reintroduce myself. Some of you know me as just Lori. Some know me as Mrs. Schultz. And I discovered last night that some only know me as the charity lady. So I didn't know that. You know, we've heard a lot about family, and I thought I was family here, and I was kind of shocked and hurt all at the same time that I was just the charity lady. But I'm Lori, and thanks for having me here tonight. So before I bring up our patient family tonight, I would like to share with you all a little bit of where your donation goes and the good that it's doing at our hospital. It's, I think, important for you to know your impact. You've given over $500,000 over the years, and that's nothing to sneeze at, really. It's not small. None of your donations have been small over the years, and it all makes a huge difference for us at American Family Children's Hospital. So without all of you, we wouldn't be able to change the future of health for children. You have helped us to make a difference in everything that happens within our hospital, with research, with cancer treatment, with NICU care, with everything that is happening. You're helping us to provide world-class care. Here you can see that without you, our leadership wouldn't be able to do what they do. And so this is our president, Nikki Safford, who is very grateful for everything that our donors do for us. So you have helped Kingston get a new kidney. Without philanthropy, we wouldn't be able to grow our pediatric transplant program. We are currently in the process of adding space and staff to this program so that we are able to give children a new chance at life and give it to them sooner. You've helped fix Joelle's heart. Without you, we wouldn't be one of a handful of centers around the country with the capacity to take a more aggressive surgical approach at fixing and helping Joelle to have 2 functioning ventricles instead of 1. You've helped Kinsley get her mojo back. I had the great honor of meeting Kinsley in person, and she does have a lot of mojo. But your donation helps us, through philanthropy, to pursue high-risk and high-reward pediatric cancer research. We currently have 6 trials happening right at American Family Children's Hospital, and we have several more ripe and ready to go for trial. We're just not quite there yet. We are a part of St. Baldrick's Stand Up to Cancer Dream Teams in North America, and without their help, we wouldn't be able to move our research forward. We most recently are a part of Stand Up to Cancer United Kingdom, where we are also advancing cancer research for children. You've helped us to hire Emily Becker, who is a care coordination assistant. She works with our families of children who've been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. She helps to navigate the care that the children have to go through. Next. I'm nodding up here, but you have helped us hire Kiko and Cola. These are two therapy dogs that we have been able to hire thanks to your gifts. Cola is our newest member to our staff, and these are actually employees. They are part of our Child Life team. They have badges, they have an office, and they take breaks just like a regular UW Health employee. Cola is a member of our palliative care team and works with our patients who have long-term care and help to improve the quality of life. Kiko is a member of our Child Life team who works with patients receiving infusions, chemotherapy, and other procedures in our diagnostic therapy center. These dogs are very important to our patients as they help to act as distractions and reduce anxiety for our patients. And if you were to see these dogs, they are so adorable and soft and cuddly, and it's really hard because we can't approach them. They're working. It's as if we see one of our good friends who are working in a unit and you can't go up to them and play. So it's really hard for those of us who love dogs. But thank you for helping us to bring our second dog on board this year. So you are one of more than 120 community events that we have going on who contribute to our philanthropy causes. I don't work with all 120, but I work with a lot of them. And I can tell you, and I mean this honestly and truthfully, that you guys really are my favorite group. You really are. And in turn, you tonight have made me cry instead of me making you cry. Your stories tonight have touched me in a way that I can't even begin to explain to you. I also want you to know that you are one of over 47,000 donors that we have. And that doesn't seem like a lot, but when you start talking about the impact of our donors, it's pretty big. So I would like to thank each and every one of you who are a part of this amazing family and this amazing group and fundraiser for being a part of these amazing numbers. Give yourselves a round of applause. Now, I'd like to briefly share a little information with all of you about our neurosurgery department before I go any further and introduce our patient family. Neurosurgery includes surgical procedures that are related to the nervous system, the brain, and the spinal cord. Our team of neurosurgeons deal with more than 23 different conditions and have more than 10 of the most advanced treatments. Our surgeons help children with neurological conditions to achieve greater health and to reach their utmost potential that they have. We're dedicated to helping all patients who enter American Family Children's Hospital. And I have a very special family who is living proof of that. Please help me welcome the Kwame family to the stage. Anya is an example of our doctors and staff helping a child to reach their full potential. Eric has been a sponsor of your event for years through Kwame Insurance, and now has had to utilize the services that we have at our hospital. Here to tell you their story is Eric and Anya.
Hearing all this makes you a little emotional to even get up here. So, good evening. My name is Eric Kwame, and I'm here with my wife Suda and our twin daughters Anya and Avani to share our family's experience at the American Family Children's Hospital and Anya's story. Anya is a smart, funny, kind, creative kid who has the best smile. She loves baking, reading, painting, karate, playing piano, hockey, softball, basketball, and volleyball. She and her sister have always been tall for their ages, but earlier this year we noticed that Anya was developing a little bit faster than her peers. We kept an eye on this, and in late May, at the start of the summer vacation, Anya began to experience headaches, though that she never let that slow her down. She was busy with Badger volleyball camp and the summer softball season, and was looking forward to summer hockey and attending her first Badger hockey camp. My wife was concerned about the headaches and took Anya in to her pediatrician, who agreed that she should have further testing and a brain MRI. On June 14th, 2 days after her 8th birthday, Anya went to the Children's Hospital for the MRI. Avani and I were at home preparing for a cookout we had planned with friends that evening, and Suda called me at 5:38 p.m. and said I needed to come to the hospital immediately. I, of course, said why, and she said because Anya has a brain tumor and she is being admitted immediately, so I need you here now. I cried all the way to the hospital and was very scared about what this meant for Anya and our family. Anya was admitted to floor P4 for further testing under the care of pediatric neurosurgeon Dr. Iskandar, who met with Suda and I that night to walk us through his thoughts on the tumor and treatment plan. He showed us the MRI images and explained that Anya would need surgery as soon as possible to remove the tumor, which was very large. At this point, we did not know what type of tumor she had, probably one of three, and we would not know for sure until Dr. Iskandar could actually see it in the operating room. He would have to remove part of Anya's skull on her right side to get to the tumor. He went over all the risks associated with the surgery, which is every parent's worst nightmare, but we had no choice. We had to stay strong and move forward. Anya was discharged from the hospital the following day and scheduled for surgery 1 week later on June 22nd. My wife and I cried for pretty much the entire week. I could hardly talk on the phone or get any work done at the office. We were scared. Removing this tumor would be very invasive, very delicate, and one wrong move could be catastrophic. So the day came, June 22nd, and we got to the hospital early. We were in the surgery prep room, and Dr. Iskandar came to check on us and ask if we were ready. And he proceeded to grab a marker and draw a bunny rabbit kissing a kitty cat on Anya's forehead, which was a very caring touch. Anya's first craniotomy took about 10 hours. The good news was that she did well throughout the surgery and the tumor was benign, a pileocystic astrocytoma. Unfortunately, given the size of the tumor, Dr. Iskandar was not able to remove it completely, and Anya would need a second surgery. We were so relieved when she was brought back to the pediatric ICU or PICU, and we could be by her side again. Her head was wrapped in a bandage and a bow, which she hated, and her face was swollen, but she was awake, and she was our Anya. She was so strong, brave, and a fighter. She was initially in the pediatric ICU just overnight, but faced some challenges during the next week, including episodes of severe head pain. She was in so much pain that when her favorite basketball player, Brad Davison, came to the hospital, she was unable to meet with him. An MRI and CT scan showed that she had an air pocket under her skull bone, which according to Dr. Iskandar was a very rare complication. However, once this was identified, after another night in the PICU, things started to improve. By day 5, Anya was back on her feet, enjoying Culver's, coloring on the P4 wall art, and having her hair cleaned up by the Children's Hospital hairstylist. And we all went home on July 2nd with a plan to return on July 5th for the second surgery. Unfortunately, another child who happens to also be from Columbus, whose parents are friends of mine, needed surgery more urgently for the same exact tumor. And as a result, Anya's surgery was postponed until July 12th. The second craniotomy took over 12 hours, which was longer than the first one. And that was a very tough day for Suda and I. We thought it was going to be a shorter surgery, and as a result, we were very stressed out, fearing that things were not going well. However, in true Anya style, she battled through, and we went home on July 17th to recover and embrace what was left of our summer vacation before school started. I wanted to share Anya's story tonight as a tribute to those who work at American Family Children's Hospital. So many people there played a role in Anya's diagnosis, treatment, daily care, and recovery. Nurses Jordan, Caleb, and Jackson, to name a few, gave her exceptional care along with many more. We put our trust and faith in the doctors, nurses, and staff to take care of Anya, and we never had any doubt that this was where she needed to be to receive the best care. We are so grateful for Anya's pediatric neurosurgeon, Dr. Iskandar. He is simply unflappable, composed, gentle, and the very best. His expertise and commitment to his patients is obvious. He would stay late, come in early, stop by on the weekends to see Anya, and always followed up. He, the surgical team, and the PICU and P4 nurses worked diligently to care for Anya, while also providing Suda and myself with kindness, patience, and any support we needed, as we all stayed together in Anya's room. These individuals make the hospital the best of the best, and we are so lucky to have this quality of care in our backyard. I want to extend a sincere and heartfelt thank you to Kelly Elsing and Kathy Gallitz. Both reached out to me when we were in the hospital, and both were kind enough to support Anya's bake sale. I remember telling both of them how proud I am to be part of this group and what you all represent. I've attended this banquet for several years and I always get choked up while listening to Lori share patient stories, never imagining that we would become one of these stories. All of you who are part of the BSTP team should be extremely proud of the support you provide to the American Family Children's Hospital. Your donations contribute to its continued excellence and ultimately supports patients like Anya and families like ours. In addition to the continued generosity of BSTP, on behalf of Kwame Insurance, I would also like to make a donation this evening in the amount of $10,000 to the American Family Children's Hospital in appreciation for all you've done and continue to do for Anya and all the other kids who need care and treatment. At this time, Anya has her own special message for all of you.
Hello, my name is Anya Kwame. In June, I was diagnosed with a brain tumor and have spent a lot of time at the American Family Children's Hospital. So many people who work there have taken care of me. Nurses, doctors, meal service, cleaning staff, physical therapy, social work, the hairdresser, child life, and even Kiko. After my second craniotomy, I wanted to do something to thank the hospital for everything they are doing for me. In August, with the help of my parents, sister, and some family and friends, I organized a bake sale because I love to bake. We baked cupcakes, cookies, and brownies. My sister Avani even baked peanut butter dog treats. I called my bake sale Anya's Amazing Bakes. It was held on August 24th, and we set up in front of my dad's office. We sold everything in about 2 hours. People were very generous, and some even came from different towns to buy our treats. One person bought a brownie for $100. The bake sale raised $3,060, and I would like to donate this to the American Family Children's Hospital today to help pay for flowers, stuffed animals, and toys to help those kids who don't have a lot of support. Thank you.
Eric, Anya, this is for you guys. So thank you. Thank you for sharing your family. Thank you for sharing your story, your hearts. Baking, oh my goodness. Next time you have a bake sale, have your dad email me so I know, because I want to come, okay? All right. Give them one more round of applause.
How are you supposed to talk after that? 481 people, not a dry eye in the house. Wow. Well, 2022 was a record-breaking year as well, not just having help from the Kwame family that received some help, but $75,000 donation for 2022 to Lori, to American Family Children's Hospital from Badger State. Greg, come on up. Willie Deppy's words of wisdom, yes. $75,000. Look at this. Let's give a round of applause. You guys are awesome. The beer tab challenge too is we did that again this year. Let's explain this, and then I'll bring up the other group here.
Well, that was my end. We did the beer tab challenge again. We totaled it up out in the yard here in the Brinkmeyer family because there's 42 different drivers on that tractor. I think they all drink a lot of beer, and you know, there's 116 vehicles and there's 168 competitors. 40 of them are from the Brinkmeyer team. So and they all drink beer and save their tabs. But they won the pallet of beer, so donated by Wisconsin Distributing. So thanks, guys. And we give that to the Ronald McDonald House. And for families to stay there, that's our donation to them. Good, thank you. Thanks again. So next year, save them again, guys.
All right, yep, hang tight. We're not done yet. It's a we're not done deal again this year. I'd like to invite Sauk County Fair Board up here and the Baraboo Bluff ATV Club to come forward, please. Last year, I think it was the Baraboo Bluff ATV Club, we donated money to them to help us out, and I think they doubled it and gave it back. That was amazing. Tripled it. Doubled. Either way, tremendous. Let's give them a round of applause. Both groups here tonight. So here we have the ATV Club with us here tonight.
Hello, folks. My name is Mark Sweevel. I grew up with tractor pulling, becoming watching these guys for years. Still going with my parents when they're 80 years old. So it's a family thing, like you all, it's a family. American Family Children is a special place. My grandson, at about 6 or 8 years old, got his fingers caught in a pulley on the tractor, and it ripped all the skin, nerves, everything off of it. Local hospital wanted to cut his fingers off. They took him to Madison. They cut his stomach and stuck his fingers in there for 4 to 6 weeks and saved his fingers. This is just a phenomenal hospital. So, for the tractor, Badger State has asked us in the last 2 years to come and work for them in the food. They've donated $1,000 to our club. unanimously, our club has doubled it out of our funds and would like to provide this to the American family. Thank you. You have a great hospital. Thank you.
Again, let's give them a round of applause. That's just amazing. The Sauk County Fair Board would also like to speak on behalf.
It's a tough one, but I want to thank everybody in this room for what you guys do. It's a lot of work for everybody, but it really, really, at the end of the day, pays off. So with that, Sauk County Fair Board would like to give the Children's Hospital $3,500 to go towards whatever they want to put it to. So.
Thank you all so much. Thank you.
Let's give these two groups a round of applause one more time. All right, Stacy, come on up. We're going to do a little auctioning time. Will Dean or Drew Monty come up here and help me out? Explain these tickets, please. One of you two guys. The real Dean Monty is in the house. Oh, no, keep coming, Dean. You already got up. Come on, buddy. You're halfway there. And I'd also like Chris Feller to come up here, too, please, Chris. So we're going to auction off tickets here tonight. We got UW men's basketball tickets, and the Monthys here donate year after year, and it's amazing what they do in support. So let's give the Monthys a round of applause before they even get up here.
You know what, John? This was a tractor pull banquet.
Yes.
It was.
It was.
It was.
Yeah. So, Drew, would you let us know here what's involved with the tickets here tonight?
Yeah, you bet. Obviously, I'm not the real Dean Monty, but I'm an offspring of it. So we got two games. We got one game December 23rd, Wisconsin versus Grambling State, and we got Wisconsin versus Western Michigan on December 30th. 4 tickets for each of them, and a parking pass to go along with it. And I believe John Punky wants to start the bidding.
Punky will start bidding. All right. So we got 2 sets. We're going to auction off both sets. And we also have tickets to the Bucks versus Golden State on December 13th. Chris, you want to let us know about that? What's involved with that one?
So I own a suite at the Pfizer Forum, and we're always looking for creative ways on to raise money for the family hospital. So on the 13th, 6:30 p.m., the Bucks play the Golden State Warriors. I'm giving my suite up for that night. It's 4 tickets. You have your own private area. It is a suite exclusive. All the food, all the drinks, all the alcohol you drink, it's all free, and it's a really cool place to watch a game from. So I like to give that up and hopefully get some money out of it.
Amazing people giving here tonight. Every year they one up us, Stacy.
Oh boy. Wow.
So we're going to have 3 different auctions basically here. So the first set of UW tickets, the second set of UW tickets, and then the Bucks tickets. So that's what we're going to do here tonight. Okay, so are you ready for this again?
I don't know if I'm ready for this, John.
I'd like to introduce my auctioneer here tonight, Stacy Butson, one of the best in the country.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do here.
What are we starting the bidding off at there, El Presidente?
What's Punky got in mind? Punky, what do you got out there? Where you at?
$1,000.
Punky's going to start at $1,000. We got a $1,000 bid on Punky. $1,000 bid. Who gonna get 12? We got 12 over there. We got 12. How about 14? Got 14. Got 14.
14. We got 1,400.
We got 12 over there. 12 over there. How about a 14? 14. Anybody give me 14? We got 12 over there. Up. Where are you at? 14. 14.
14.
1,400. Anybody got to go 15? 15. I got a 14 bid. Anybody? Yep. We got 15 way in the back. How about 16? Can we go 16? 16. Yep. We got 16. How about a 17? 17. Anybody go 7? We got 17 in the back. Yep. How about 18? Anybody go to 18? 18. Got 17 bid. Looking for 18. 17 bid. Looking for 18. Got 17 way in the back.
2,000 right there.
$2,000. We got $2,000. How about a $2,100 bill? Yep. 21 in the back. 22 to you. 22 to you. 21 in the back. 22 to you. 22 to you. 21 in the back, 21 in the back, 21 in the back, 22, 21 in the back. 22 back there.
Punky.
All right, let's screw it around. How about a $2,500 bill? We got $2,500 way in the back. 25 in the back. Who want to go 26? Then we go to 26. We got 25 in the back, 26. Anybody going to go 26? 25 in the back. 26. Anybody? 26. Sold it. $2,500.
Dustin Hook in the back there. Thank you, Dustin Hook. Well, there's the first set. So let's start out with the second set for the UW tickets then. Second set starting out $1,000. We got $1,000 bid anywhere.
We're going to start Punky out at 1,000 just like he did last time. So we got 1,000 bid. How about 15? 15. And we go 15. Going to 15. We get a $1,500 bill. $1,500 bill. Where are we at? We had 1,000 with Punky. We're looking for 15. 15.
back there.
Yep, we got it.
There's 15 back there.
Okay, we got 15 way in the back. All right, yep. Let's go right to $2,000. Let's go. Let's roll. Yeah, we got $2,000 bill. Yep. We got 2,000 in the back. How about a 2,100? We got two bid. Anybody 21. We got two bid. Looking for 21. Got two bid. Anybody 21. We got two. Looking for 21. Anybody gonna give me 21? We got two bid. Looking for 21. Got two bid. Looking for 21. Anybody get 21? Anybody going to give me 21? Go to 21. We got two bid. Where?
Punky, 21.
Punky, 2,100. All right. Yep. How about a 22 to you way in the back? 22 way in the back. 22 to you way in the back. We got 21 on Punky. 21. Looking for 22. Got 22. Got 21 bid. Looking for 22. 20. Yep. We got her.
Yes.
All right, we're going to go one more time. $2,500. We got 22 bid. Who's going to give me 25? Yep. We got 25 way in the back. Well, how about a $2,600 bill? We got 25 bid. I'll take 25 all day long. Anybody 26? We got 25 bid. Anybody go 26? Anybody go 26? 25 bid. Fair and final. Sold it. $2,500.
Woo! Right back there. Who was that? Super Farms.
Duber Farms.
All right, so the last set, Bucks versus Golden State at the Pfizer Forum for Mr. Feller. So,
and
Mr. Feller just told me he's going to match whatever bids.
Yep.
Sells, whatever his suite sells for, he's going to match.
Unprecedented right here. We're going for the big one. Going to have the remote. I'm looking. The back's hot back here. I'll get this stage.
Okay,
the back's hot right now.
We got a ring man back there now, Christopher Clark, our ring man back there. He's going to help me out here, make sure we get everybody. Let's just start screwing around. $2,000 bid. We got two bid. How about 2,500?
The big suite right
here.
Looking
for 25. We got two bid. Looking for 25. Yep. We got 25 back there. How about a three? We got three. How about 35? We got three bid. 30. $4,000. How about a four? We got 35 bid. How about four? Who give me four? We got 35 bid. We got four up here. How about 45 to you back there? Four bid. How about 45? 45. We got four bid. Give me 45. We got four bid. Come on, we got four. We got it. We got 45. Let's take it to $5,000. Who's going to give me $5,000?
Right
Yep,
here.
yep, 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 yep. We got 5. How about 55? 55, 55.
Yep,
Yep, yep, yep, yep. Let's go 6. We got 6. $6,000 bid. How about 65? 65, 65. Yep, 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 yep. We got 65. Let's go 7.
65 in the back.
How about we got
65 in the back.
$7,000 over here? How about 7,500? 7,500. 75. We got 7 bid. Give me 75. 75.
All
75.
drinks,
75.
all food included.
75.
Yep, yep, yeah.
We got it. How about an $8,000 bill?
All
We got $8,000. How about 8,500? How about 8,500? We got 8,000 bid. We got
Yep.
We got it. 8,500. How about $9,000? We got it. Yep. We got $9,000. How about 95? 95. We're on our way to 10. We got 95. We got 9 bid. Look for 95.
Yep.
We got 95. How about a $10,000 bill? We got it. We got $10,000. $10,000 bid.
With 2 parking passes. With 2
Two
parking passes.
parking passes included.
Are we going to go 10-5? We got 10 bid. 10-5, 10-5, 10-5, 10-5, 10 bid. We got 10 bid, 10 bid. How about 10-5? 10-5, 10-5. We got 10 bid. We got 10 bid. We got 10 bid. We got 10 bid. Looking for 10-5. Give me 10-5.
Yep.
We got it. We got it. How about an $11,000 bill? We got $11,000. $11,000 bid. How about 11.5? Work with me here.
Work with them.
Don't forget the 2 parking passes.
We got 2 parking passes. 11.5. We got 11 bid. We got 11 bid looking for 11.5. Got 11 bid looking for 11.5.
$12,000 bid right here.
$12,000. $12,000. $12,000. I thought we were doing good. We hit 10. We got $12,000 bid. We got 12 bid. You going to go 12.5? 12.5? Yep. We got 12.5. 13 back to you. 13 back. 13 back. 13 back. We got 12.5 bid. 13 back to you. 12.5 bid. 12.5 bid. Looking for 13. 13. You got 12.5 bid.
2 parking passes. You can park sideways in both. Who cares?
We got 12.5 bid. 12.5 bid looking for 13. Is that where we're at? Yeah, 12.5 bid looking for 13. 12.5 bid looking for 13. 13. Got 12.5 bid. 12.5 bid. 13. Oh, I see a hand back there. 13. $13,000 way in the back. $13,000 way in the back. 13.5 to you. 13.5. 13.5. 13.5. 13.5. We got 13 bid. 13 bid. 13 bid, looking for 13.5. Looking for 13.5. We got 13 bid. Got 13.5. 13.5. We got 13 bid. Give me 13.5. 13.5. 13.5. 13.5. 13.5. How about a $14,000 bill back there? We're at 13.5.
They're really thinking that one over.
Yeah, I bet.
Hey, Christopher, did you tell him about the 2 parking passes?
We got 13.5 bid. Looking for 14. 13.5 bid, looking for 14. Looking for 14. Looking for 14. We got 13.5 bid. 13.5 bid. 13.5 bid.
What?
Fair and final. Sold it. $13,500.
Yes. Wow. Lemke Machine. Robbie Lemke and his wife, Lemke Machine. We also had Jason Round back here. Thank you, Jason, as well. Let's give him a round of applause. And Punky Score.
Yes, thank you, the Round Table and Punky's Table, for getting in on that as well.
You guys just need to know you are over $100,000 for your donation.
Woo!
Thank you.
Chris has got to drop out of the Pro Stock class now because of that.
Wow, that's amazing. I tell you what, thank you all for participating. That was absolutely amazing.
Wow, year after year, you guys are awesome. That is awesome. Well, without further ado, legendary Jack Spots, come on up.
Oh, that's right. We aren't done yet, are we?
No, we're not done yet. We're close. Jack Spots, come on up. Year after year, we give special thanks to Jack for organizing the raffle. And Jack does a meticulous job of the raffle bookkeeping and goes out of his way to remind and collect ticket stubs and raffle money from all the pullers and all the fans here. So let's give a good warm welcome and a round of applause for Jack Spots. Are you gonna round it there and then hand them up? Oh, we're gonna come up here. Stacy's gonna. Oh yeah, yeah. Stacy's from the government, and he is here to help. Yeah. So the first place.
Yeah, that's right.
The first place winner we're gonna draw and set aside, correct? And that is a $25,000 winner ticket. Yeah. Oh, they'll spin it. I know it. Yeah. Two to the left, one to the right, and don't forget about the center. And the winner is. That's the winner, yep. Set that one aside. You got to make sure this is latched tightly with the high RPM speed here. You got a mini rod guy spinning that thing. What's wrong with you, Jack? Unbelievable. That's right, yeah. From Hennessy Implement. Oh, you're supposed to. Never mind. I'm just a door operator. I'm sorry. Sorry, I blew up.
Cheater.
No. Okay, there's the second. All right, so the second place, which is $15,000, goes to Keith Jelly, Belleville, Wisconsin. Yeah, I could have got him basketball tickets. All right, third place. Reach in the vault there and grab a hold. I'm not touching anything but the door. Don't yell at me. I'm sensitive.
Watching.
All right, well, now we're done spinning. So this one here goes to Rick Schmidt. $10,000, third place prize. All right, the grand prize, the big Winnebago, the $25,000. Drum roll, please. $25,000 winner chicken dinner, Tom Gallitz. The rich get richer.
Oh, you think they'd been happy with the point champion? No, let's get 25,000 on top of it.
Oh, amazing. So let's give a round of applause. Tom Gallitz, winner. This whole raffle deal is tiring, ain't it, Stacy?
Oh, I'm exhausted. I couldn't do a whole hay rack of stuff. I tell you that. That would never last.
Oh, amazing all the way through. So we also want to thank the Oak Haven Distillery out of Glen Haven, Adam and Angie Adrian, for the apple pie moonshine that's here tonight as well. So
what about the ticket on the table? There's a red ticket on the table. What's the story on
I did not
that?
get the story of the ticket. Where's Kelly? She got the ticket.
Where's Kelly? What's the story on the red ticket on the table? Oh, C for the centerpiece, A is for apple. So look under your plates on the table. There's some tickets, and if you got one that has a C on it, you get the centerpiece. If you got one that's got the A on it, you get some apple pie.
And while we're checking out that, Tom is going to fill us in on where the line starts down at the beer guy island, I think, right, Tom?
It starts right at the beginning.
Starts right there. Tom, that's pretty awesome to win the big pot, the big prize here tonight.
I absolutely am speechless. I can't believe it.
I don't think many can believe it here either. What a great night tonight, Tom.
It's been awesome. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right. So, yeah, if you got the C, you get the centerpiece. If you got A, you get a bottle of apple pie. John's got a few things he wants to say, but I want to tell you all, we don't have a DJ this year. We got a band right out of Minnesota that's going to be sticking it up here in just a few minutes. What do you got, John?
Is everybody family here too as well, speaking here tonight too, and the word cancer. My wife did make it up here tonight. she didn't feel good enough to make it down here with us, but on behalf of my family, all of you here that help us out all the time as well, we can't thank you all enough, and the Dutton family for thinking of us a bunch of times too, so thank you all so much. Well, I think on behalf of us up here, we had fun tonight. We hope you did too. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Yeah, thank you all for celebrating the 2022 season. Bring on 2023.
See you all next year.